Welcome everybody to Snake Cinema Reviews. I'm your host Prince Elias. This is my boy Lafayette, and today we are reviewing Halloween Kills, the latest installment of the Halloween franchise. Reboot, remake, remixed, sequel, whatever you want to call it. This is the latest one. The last one came out in 2018, just titled Halloween, and this happens literally the same night as the ending of that film, so it continues on, and it's in the theaters right now, so you can go to the movies and watch it just like the old times before Penny, and you get to be with an audience, so y'all can yell at the screen and cuss and do all that stuff. Or if you like me and don't want to deal with that bullshit, you can watch it right now, stream it on Peacock TV. And luckily for me, I'm not paying for Peacock. I have, relatives who paying that bill, so I just got the password and I watched it for free. But I will say, even though I watched this for free, I would pay to watch this movie. It was so good. I enjoyed it. There are little nitpicks, but at the same time, this is a Halloween franchise, so it's like, is it really an issue? I know some critics have complained about the dialogues and how people deliver their lines, and there were some lines that were pretty corny, but when you think about it, because I've watched the Halloween franchise, I'm a horror fan, all of it has corny dialogue. Donald Pleasance, rest in peace, the original Loomis, he had a lot of quotable yet corny lines, but he was so suave and smooth with it as Dr. Loomis that you kind of forgave it. But if you think about the first Halloween, as a matter of fact, all of them, the sequels, even the ones that they retconned and said it no longer is canon, it all had corny dialogue. But I didn't have no issue with it in this, but there are some people who are pointed out, and so I just want to point out and say, you may have an issue with it, or you're like me, you may not. You like, all the Halloweens have corny dialogue, come on y'all. But I feel like the suspense was great. There were some scenes where I was like, oh shit, and I was yelling at my phone instead of yelling at a big screen on the TV, in the movie theater. And it was still like, I was in a coffee shop in public on my phone watching the film while I was editing things, and there were points where I forgot to edit photos because I was paying attention to the movie. It kept me that intrigued, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Oh my gosh. And when I say, if you like horror films and you like your favorite part of horror films are the kills in this is amazing. The body count, the title says it all. Halloween Kills. Michael Myers killed a lot of people. A lot. It was just from the beginning all the way to the final shot. Like, it was amazing. I had fun with this. I do like the 2018 better because it went more into, Laurie Strode's character, dealing with PTSD of the first film and being haunted mentally by Michael Myers. But I enjoyed and had a fun ride with this one because of the kills, because of the violence, even the little threads of comedy that they sprinkle in. Amazing. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there are some cameos. There are some people from the past movies coming back, and they did a great job in my opinion. I think the ladies playing Laurie Strode's daughter and granddaughter were amazing. I wish they had more to do in the first half of the film, but I think it served its purpose because the first half of the film is giving you what you want, which is the kills. Is Michael Myers going ham in Haddonfield, just losing his forsaken old ass mind and killing people, just stabby, cut. And he don't do just stabby, cut. He do a lot of brutal shit, and you see it. It's amazing. It was great. I loved it, had a lot of fun. 10 out of 10. It really felt amazing. And even though, yes, I watched it at home on Peacock, I will pay to watch this again. If my friends call me and say, hey, I really want to go to the movies this weekend and I want to see the new Halloween, I will go with them and pay that full price or that matinee or whatever in the theater and watch it. And I feel like honestly the theater would be a better experience, because for those of us who like horror films, you know, you're in a crowd full of people and y'all are all talking to each other. Y'all are all talking to the movie, to the characters' movies. When characters do dumb shit, you're screaming and cussing like, what the f, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it felt like this was that movie, and it felt very nostalgia, not because of Halloween, but because when you're watching it, you get that feeling like you did back in the day watching scary movies. Because don't get me wrong, I love all the latest scary movies that's been coming out, especially those psychologicals, the stuff that's been released by A24, a few things from Blumhouse, not everything from Blumhouse, because Blumhouse be making some shitty movies sometimes, but you know, like the Babadook and you know, those smart artsy fartsy horror films that have been coming out in the past 4 or 5 years. I love those, but I miss the stabby slashing, don't give a fuck, stupid teenagers doing things they aren't supposed to do, and people just getting sliced and diced like crazy. I love that carnage, candy. It felt so 80s and 90s horror, and it was amazing, and I can't wait for the last final installment. Hopefully we're not waiting 2 or 3 years like we had to because of, you know, but I hope it comes out next year, the last installment of this. I would love for a perfect final bow between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. But this was fun. This was a wild ride. I enjoyed it. This will be in my collection of Halloween films or horror movies in general that I watch every year during the month of October. So I loved it. I highly recommend it. Whether you're a casual fan or a diehard fan, go watch it, go support it, go try it out. I think when it comes to remakes and reboots, I think this is one of the better ones. I really do. That's up there, because you know they're always hit or miss, but anyways, I give this film 10 out of 10. Highly recommend it. This is definitely top 5 of what I've watched this year. It was just a fun ride. It's not so intelligent, it doesn't make you think. It's just a fun wild ride and perfect mood for this Halloween season. So what do you think? Have you watched Halloween Kills yet? If not, did my review make you want to watch it? Comment below. Let me know. Even if you have seen it, let's talk spoilers. Let's talk. What did you think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What are your thoughts? Are you conflicted? Is it you know, what are your thoughts? Comment below. Let me know. Anyways, I must go. I am your host, Prince Elias. This is Lafayette. We are Snake Cinema and Music Reviews, and we'll catch y'all in the next review. Peace.